Hello everyone. I hope you're having a great day. Today we're diving into a shocking twist. Right when Alex and Tuna finally come home, happy and peaceful, a simple visit to Jack and Tien next door turns into a brand new plan that could change everything. So what's the real surprise waiting after the Darlat trip? Stay with me till the end. And if you enjoy the video, don't forget to hit subscribe so you won't miss the next ones. Late afternoon, sunlight laid a soft golden layer over the familiar road as Alex's family car finally pulled up in front of the house after their Darlat trip. The tires crunched lightly over gravel, and for a second, everything went quiet, like the whole house was just sitting there, waiting for them to come back. Alex got out first, stretching his shoulders and taking a deep breath. The air here smelled different from Darlat. Warmer, more familiar, like home cooking and dry earth. He stood there for a moment, eyes calm, and you could tell peace had finally started to settle back into his chest. Tuna stepped out next, smiling like she couldn't help it. Her cheeks still held that fresh, happy glow from the trip, even though she looked tired. She reached into the back seat to grab a couple of gift bags, careful not to crush anything. Inside were souvenirs and boxes of bright red strawberries, packed neatly like treasures. Alex's mother climbed out slowly, carrying Henry down from the car. Henry was wiggling non-stop, full of energy like he didn't even know what tired meant. His little hands reached for everything, bags, boxes, Alex's sleeve. Then he burst into giggles like the sound was too big to hold inside his body. "Careful, careful," Alex's mother laughed, shifting him on her hip. "You're excited again." Henry clapped like he understood, then squealed even louder. They carried everything inside in a small, chaotic parade, bags in both hands, strawberry boxes balanced carefully, someone always calling out, "Don't drop that!" or "Where should I put this?" It felt like one of those busy, happy moments that only happens when everyone is safe. In the living room, Alex placed one of the strawberry boxes on the table and glanced around as if checking that everything was real. Then his eyes landed on the stack of gifts. He paused, then said casually, "We should bring some of these to Jack and Tien." Tuna's head lifted immediately. "Right now?" Alex nodded. "They've been worried, and they'll definitely want to hear everything." Alex's mother agreed right away, already reaching to pick out a few nicer bags. "We can't go empty-handed," she said, as if it was the most natural thing in the world. Henry, hearing new voices and seeing movement again, started bouncing in place like he was part of the plan. Tuna laughed softly. "He's like a little drum today." Alex smiled, watching Henry. "He's in the celebration mood." They quickly reorganized the gifts, some for their own house, some for Jack and Tien. Alex's mother chose a few small souvenirs, then added another strawberry box on top. "These are sweet," she said. "They'll love them." Tuna nodded, her eyes bright. There was something warm about it. After everything they had been through, they weren't trying to keep happiness locked inside their own home. They wanted to share it, like spreading light around so it didn't fade. A few minutes later, they walked over to Jack and Tien's place. The sun was still up, and the neighborhood felt calm, like even the road was resting after the day. Jack opened the door before they could knock twice. His face lit up instantly. "Finally!" he said, stepping forward and patting Alex's shoulder hard, the way close friends do when they've been holding worry back for too long. "I was about to come drag you out myself," Alex laughed. We just got back. Give me 5 minutes. Jack's eyes dropped to the bags and the strawberry boxes. What's all this? Tuna grinned. Proof. We didn't forget you. Tien appeared from inside right away, moving quickly like she'd been waiting behind the door. She reached out to help, lifting a bag and a strawberry box with both hands. You went to Dalat and came back with half the city, she teased, smiling wide. Strawberries don't count as half a city, Alex said, pretending to defend himself. Tien laughed. They do when they look this good. They gathered in Jack's living room, which felt bright and welcoming. The moment the strawberry box opened, the sweet scent spread through the space, fresh, cool, and almost too perfect. It instantly brought back the feeling of Dalat's clean air and mountain breeze. Jack picked up a large strawberry and held it up like a trophy. Look at this, he said. This is not a strawberry. This is a whole event. Everyone laughed. Jack took one big bite and his eyes widened. Oh wow, he said with his mouth half full. Okay, this is serious. Tien grabbed one too, tasting it and nodding like she was judging a competition. Sweet, not too sour, perfect. Alex's mother sat down, finally relaxing. She watched them eat and smiled quietly. The kind of smile that shows she's grateful without needing to say it out loud. Henry sat on Tuna's lap, staring at the strawberries with wide eyes. He leaned forward like he wanted one immediately. Not yet, Tuna warned gently, tapping his little hand. You'll get a tiny piece. Henry responded with a dramatic sigh and then tried again, which made everyone laugh even more. Once the first wave of strawberry excitement calmed down, Alex pulled out his phone like he'd been waiting for this moment. Okay, he said, scrolling. You have to see these. He showed them photos from Dalat, Xuanhuang Lake, the flowers, the pine hills, the homestay porch full of plants. Tien leaned in close, reacting to every picture like it was a movie scene. Look at the light, she said. This one is so pretty. Jack pointed at one photo. That's you carrying Henry, right? He looks like a king. Alex smirked. He acted like one the whole trip. Then Alex swiped to a video. Henry laughing loudly while Alex lifted him up in the pine hills. The sound of Henry's giggles filled the room, and everyone went "aw" at the same time, like they couldn't help it. Jack laughed and shook his head. That kid is dangerous. One laugh and everyone melts. Tuna lifted her phone too, showing the photos she had taken. Alex smiling, Alex's mother laughing, Henry reaching for leaves, little family moments that felt priceless. Alex's mother pointed to one photo where Henry was holding her finger. He's getting heavier, she said, half complaining, half proud. Tien smiled warmly. He's growing well, that's what matters. Jack reached over and lifted Henry up carefully. Come here, little boss, he said, raising him gently like an airplane. Henry screamed with joy, legs kicking, hands clapping, the whole room filled with laughter again, real, bright, effortless laughter. And for a moment, it felt like none of the past stress existed, like they were just two families sharing fruit, photos, and a child's happiness. After the excitement settled, the conversation naturally slowed into something softer, less joking, more comfortable. Jack leaned back in his chair, still smiling, and looked at Alex with that familiar, serious but friendly expression. So, Jack said, voice casual but meaningful, while you were enjoying Dalat, I've been thinking about our project. Alex's eyes lifted, interest clear. He nodded once. Yeah? Jack's tone stayed light, but the energy shifted. Not heavy, just focused. "I've got some updates," he said. "Raw materials are more stable now, and I've been talking to a couple of potential partners." Alex smiled, not surprised. "You didn't waste any time." Jack grinned. "I never do." Tuna sat quietly, listening, her expression bright with curiosity. Tien leaned in too, already sensing where the conversation was going. Alex took a breath, and you could see the difference in him. He wasn't tense like before. The trip had helped. His mind looked clearer, calmer, like he could think without drowning. "Good," Alex said, "because I had time to think too, and I have some ideas." Jack nodded, eyes shining. "Tell me." Alex glanced around at everyone, then began, steady, confident, ready to talk about the next step. Alex leaned forward slightly, resting his forearms on his knees like he was mapping everything out in his head. "Okay," he said. "First thing, distribution. We can't just sell and hope people find us. We need a clear route. Who gets what, when, and how fast. If we promise delivery on time, we have to actually do it." Jack nodded immediately. "That's what I've been saying. Reliability first." Alex continued, voice calm but focused. "Second, we need a brand that feels trustworthy, not flashy, not fake, something clean. If customers hear high-quality flour, they need to believe it before they even open the bag." Tien's eyes lit up. "Packaging matters. People judge with their eyes first." Tuna, who had been quiet, finally leaned in. "And the message has to be simple," she added. "Like, what problem we solve. If it's for families, say it's safe and consistent. If it's for shops, say it holds up in production." Alex glanced at her, a small smile forming. "Exactly." Jack looked between them and chuckled. "See? This is why we need the whole team." Henry, still in Jack's arms, reached for Jack's face like he owned the room. Jack laughed and shifted him carefully. "All right, boss, let us work." Tien took another strawberry, thinking while she ate. "If we're serious about long-term trust," she said, "we should consider eco-friendly packaging. Not just for looks, people actually care now. Even small changes can make customers choose us over someone else." Alex's mother, who had been listening warmly from the side, nodded. "That's true," she said gently. "But don't make it too expensive. Balance matters." Alex turned to her with respect. "Yes, Mom, we'll keep the cost realistic." Jack tapped the table lightly, excited. "So let's break it down. Timeline first. When do we want to launch?" Alex didn't answer too quickly. He thought for a moment, then said, "If we rush, we'll make mistakes, but we also can't drag it out. I'd say 1 month for finalizing raw material sources and quality checks, another month for packaging, branding, and small trial batches." Jack nodded, mentally counting. 2 months for a proper start. Tien tilted her head. "And during those 2 months we can build interest. Not loud marketing, just steady posting, behind the scenes, quality testing, customer trust." Tuna smiled slightly, like showing the process without showing secrets. "Exactly," Tien said. "People love seeing something real." Alex's mother smiled, watching them all. "I like this," she said softly. "Not just business, it feels like you're building something with heart." Jack turned toward her, respectful. "Auntie, we're serious. We want it to last," Alex added. "And we want it clean, no shortcuts." That word, clean, hung in the air for a second, carrying more weight than just flour. After everything they'd survived, it felt like a promise. Tuna's hand tightened around her phone for a moment. She looked at Alex, then down at Henry. She didn't say anything, but her face showed it. She wanted this future, not only for success, but for stability, for their family. Jack leaned back again, smiling. "All right, so roles. Alex handles production and quality control. That's your strength." Alex agreed. "Yes." Jack continued, "I handle partnerships and distribution channels." Tien raised her hand slightly, playful. "Then I'll take branding and customer communication, social presence, packaging design, messaging." Tuna hesitated for half a second, then spoke. "I can help with customer feedback and simple content too, like product use tips, because if people know how to use it well, they'll come back." Alex looked at her warmly. "That's perfect." Alex's mother clapped softly, proud like she was watching her children plan their future. "See," she said, "when families work together, the road becomes easier." Jack laughed. "Auntie, you're going to be our lucky charm." She waved him off, smiling. "No, I'm just happy you all have each other." The conversation kept flowing. Details about suppliers, storage conditions, quality testing standards, shipping schedules. It wasn't stiff or overly formal. It felt like a real team brainstorming, sometimes serious, sometimes laughing, always moving forward. Even Henry seemed to feel the energy. He started babbling loudly at random moments, and every time he did, everyone laughed like he was giving his own approval. At one point, Tien leaned toward Tuna and hugged her quickly. "I'm happy," she whispered, but her smile showed it wasn't just about the project. Tuna hugged her back, eyes a little shiny. "Me too." Jack reached over and patted Alex's shoulder again, firmer this time. "We're really doing this," he said. Alex nodded slowly. "Yeah," he said, voice steady, "we're doing it." And for Alex, that wasn't just business. It was proof that life was moving forward properly this time. The sun outside began to lower, turning the light warmer. Someone mentioned time, and suddenly everyone realized they'd been talking for hours. Alex's mother stood up first. "We should go," she said gently. "Henry needs rest." Henry, as if understanding, yawned dramatically right on cue, making everyone laugh again. Tien helped gather the empty strawberry stems and cleared the table. "Take care on the way home," she told them. Jack walked them to the door, still holding on to the excitement. "Next time," he said, "we meet at my place again, but with drafts. Real drafts." Alex smiled. "Deal." Tuna adjusted Henry on her hip and gave Tien a warm hug. "Thank you," she said softly, meaning more than just the visit. Tien squeezed her tighter. "Your family. Don't say thank you." Alex's mother said goodbye with that calm, affectionate smile. Jack bowed his head slightly, respectful. "Auntie, drive safe." Then Henry lifted his small hand and waved like a tiny celebrity. "Bye-bye," Jack said exaggeratedly, waving back. "Come visit Uncle Jack again." Henry giggled, and that giggle followed them down the steps like a blessing. As Alex's family walked home, the road felt peaceful again. The gift bags were lighter now, but their hearts felt fuller. It wasn't just because they'd shared strawberries or trip photos. It was because they'd shared hope. Alex glanced at Tuna, then at his mother, then at Henry. He didn't say anything, but his expression said enough. Gratitude, determination, and a quiet promise to protect this calm life they'd fought so hard to rebuild. Behind them, Jack and Tien stood at the doorway, watching until they disappeared down the road, like sending off not just friends, but a future they all believed in. And as the last light of afternoon faded, the feeling remained clear. This wasn't an ending, it was the beginning of something stronger. Two families, one bond, and a path forward that finally looked bright. After returning from their Dalat getaway, Alex, Tuna, Henry, and Alex's mother arrive home tired but glowing, carrying strawberries and souvenirs. Wanting to share the good news, Alex suggests visiting Jack and Tien next door. The friends welcome them warmly, and the living room fills with laughter as everyone tastes fresh strawberries and watches photos of Henry playing by the lake and Pine Hills. As the mood settles, the conversation shifts from travel to a long-discussed flower business project. Alex and Jack map out priorities, quality control, reliable distribution, and a trustworthy brand, while Tuna and Tien add ideas for simple messaging, customer care, and eco-friendly packaging. They agree on a realistic timeline, divide responsibilities, and promise to meet again with real drafts. The visit ends with hugs, renewed friendship, and hopeful momentum for the year ahead.